Alrighty guys, I'm gonna be kind of honest with y'all, and I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not in the street. So what we're gonna do is play OB rules as street or surrounded by water. But I'm right here, we got some dirt, so we're playing it as safe. Oh, there's a prairie dog hole right there. Howdy people. Alright, so don't honestly know what we're gonna do this video. Actually, I do know what we're gonna do. We're gonna be trying to fill out some slots that I have in the bag, or some gaps that I have in the bag, with hopefully these 4 discs maybe. Actually, I'm gonna say 3 discs because this Vengeance, I'm just gonna keep it as a backup. We'll probably throw it today just for the fact that we're just gonna see how these 2 Vengeances kind of compare. This is the Honeybee Vengeance and this is the Pinnacle Edition Vengeance. I've had this one in the bag for a while, or I had it in the bag for a while, and I kind of just took it out because I was like, I don't really need a 10 speed that is like that overstable, because I have other discs, a 10 speed, that are pretty beefy. But this weekend playing Crush on the Concho kind of threw a lot of things into perspective for me. So one is that I don't really have a beefy distance driver that I could rely on. So I was relying really heavy on the flick, but this one's a little beat in, so a lot of the holes where it was just straight headwind coming off, I was just kind of hesitant on throwing the flick on just straight flat, because I just didn't really trust the stability of it. There's a couple times where I tried to trust the stability, but they ended up just turning over and just dying into the ground. So something I can't really replace right now, but I do have discs that are on the way, so I could possibly get that replacement. And the disc that is going to be on its way is actually the Conqueror from Infinite Disc. So that's one spot that is probably going to be going back into the bag, which is an overstable distance driver. I actually grew to love the Machete, especially after this weekend. Really dependable. Like, I could just punch it straight into like a 15-mile-per-hour headwind, and I could throw some little bit of anti on it, and it'll hold over to the right and then fly over to the left. And then also something else that we could really trust is a Captain Japter. The only thing is, I guess now it's not a big deal, is that this is actually a lot straighter than what I kind of anticipated for. And it could be just that it's finally breaking in and starting to get that flip out of it. But I'm not really too big on replacing that just yet, because we got the Machete. These are 2 different type of stabilities that are pretty good to have. So those are not going anywhere. And now we're going to go into these 3 understable drivers, or fairways. So we got the Stalker, and this is like the one where I was thinking, dead straight, I could just throw on a little bit of hyzer, it'll flip up flat and just fly dead straight and then go left. Well, that is not the case. Every single time I threw the Stalker, it just flipped over and just held as much as like basically like an understable disc. So that one is gonna be going out. And we also got the Undertaker, which I guess I thought -1-2 kind of meant, flip up, fly dead straight, same thing with the Stalker. But this is a little bit more on the understable side, which I still have a spot in the bag for. So I think the Undertaker is just going to stay in just for the long bomber tailwind shots. Or if I just want something just on straight hyzer that I know could get pretty good distance, that's what that would be in for. And then this Leopard. Honestly, it was in between the Leopard and the Stalker, which one's going to stay in the bag. And I just chose Leopard. It just feels better in the hands. It doesn't go as far as the Stalker. But I mean, if I need something to go really far, then I'll just have the Undertaker in the bag. So that's why the Leopard is going to be going inside the bag. And plus, I just love Innova. And also doesn't have no bead or anything, so it feels pretty good in the hands. So let's go into the discs that are going to possibly be replacing some of these discs inside my bag. So, like I said, we got the Vengeance, which hopefully the Vengeance is going to be a good forehand and backhand disc. It doesn't really have the stability of the Machete or the Captain Raptor, so I'm pretty sure it'll just hold straighter lines longer and get more of that distance, because it is a 10 speed. And then the next disc that we're going to be trying out is the FX2. This is the one that used to be for the wheeling the fairways, And I really never gave it a chance because whenever I threw it, it was a little bit more stable, and I never really actually paid attention to the flight numbers on it. So it's a 9.4 -1.3, and I guess it's something more of what I was in line of what I'm thinking. I see a lot of discs with -1.2, and I'm just expecting them just to hyzer flip and fly dead straight. I believe that's what the FX2 is going to be, and hopefully it has enough stability to where I can just hammer it on the forehand, and it could just flip up and fly dead straight. And then honestly, this Firebird, I'm not too sure if it's going to go inside the bag. Just for the fact that I don't know if I need something as flippy as this for the forehand. Because this Firebird is a little bit older, and it's a little bit more straighter. So I could throw it on some hyzer, it'll get a nice little flip up, probably turn a little bit, and then go right. And also, I really don't have nothing to really contest for that overstable distance driver slot. So I think this is the bag we're just gonna rock out. We're just gonna be playing 9 holes at Mackenzie, just seeing these flights of these discs. I think we're just gonna play the short to longs, and on some of them, I'm probably just gonna play the longs to the longs. But we're gonna have to find out whenever we get out there. So, anyways, let's just go ahead, just jump over to hole 1, and let's see how these discs are flying. I would like to just say, I guess this will be my little first tournament recap of the Crush on the Concho. Honestly, really fun courses, both the temp and the middle concho course. Not too bad at all. It's just my play wasn't too bad. I think the main thing was just not having confidence in anything that I was actually throwing. So that kind of put something in the back of my mind. It's like, you can't throw this here because you're just going to flip, or you can't throw this here or it's just going to hold too straight. So those are going to be spots that we're going to have to be finding out in the bag. So that's why we're doing this kind of video right now. And man, hopefully we find them. I got some more discs that are on the way to where it could kind of battle for some spots in here. But yeah, we're gonna be back on this YouTube grind, man. I was so focused on just getting ready for Crush on the Concho that I just completely disbanded y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like doing that. It just doesn't feel right whenever I'm not uploading. I feel like I'm just slacking a lot. Okay, so we got hole 1. I believe it's like 4 something. Don't really remember. 492 to the longs. And we got this other disc in the bag, the Realm. When they're out there at Crush, some of the water shots I had thrown over the water, some discs just held too straight, some discs just didn't fly too good out there, and we lost them in the water. So hey, you can't do nothing much more about that. But we got the Realm right here. Honestly, pretty stable. Thought it was gonna be a little bit more flippy out of the bag, especially coming from Gateway. I'm not really too familiar with their disc, but just a little spoiler, we got one more disc coming in that is from Gateway, so we're just gonna test them out. Easy stock hyzer out there. Probably gonna have a nice little upshot up there, but either way, we're taking anything that just gets past this little hill. And also, something that was also brought to my attention is that I don't know what kind of disc golfer I am. I don't know if I'm a power disc golfer or a finesse disc golfer. As you can tell by a lot of this stuff in my bag, it's a little bit more flippier. So I guess for the last, I'll say 3 or 4 months, I've been trying flippier things just to try to be that finesse guy and try to finesse different angles and stuff. But with the percentage of me actually gap hitting, it's quite a bit. So I think honestly, getting some power drivers that are like not super beefy, but like a little bit more beefier than normal, could honestly benefit me. Because if I'm hitting gaps good, and I don't want to put too much hyzer on something because I don't feel comfortable on it, I could just probably get something that's like a little bit more stable and just hammer it flat and know that I'm gonna get kind of the same exact flight out of it. And that brings me to a point. But also another thing that we're going back to it, is the alpacas. So I know it's been a while since y'all seen me actually throw any disc, but we got the alpacas back in the bag. Okay, the wind's picking up a little bit, so we gotta make sure that that camera's not falling, man. But anyways, here goes the alpaca. We got a tailwind putt, not too hard. We've been actually doing the shadows for our jump putts, and I've been liking it. Oh, we don't want to see that right there. Oh man, that was a good putt though. We got a little bit of a headwind coming up down the hill. So honestly, we just gotta pop it up high a little bit because it is more nose down now that the putt is right where I want it to be. So it is coming out a little bit nose down. So if we do show any of the top of the disc, it is gonna fall pretty short. Oh, okay, thank goodness that stayed in. So that's still for our 4, or for our 3, sorry. And we still ended up getting a birdie on here. Okay, now it's time to test these bad babies out. I'm gonna throw both the Vengeance and the FX2. We got, I think it's like 370, I think. 354, sorry. Oh, to the longest 396. Okay, so a little bit longer. And we're throwing straight into a cross right to left headwind. So if anything, we're throwing it out to the right. And if it just hyzers and comes left, we'll be good. But we're gonna be throwing more into the headwind because we're throwing probably something more out here and just letting the disc swing. I just don't know because I mean my first one I'm gonna have to take either way. I think we're gonna throw the Vengeance because we actually pretty much have an idea of how it's gonna fly. Don't know how it's gonna fly now that I'm actually throwing a little bit farther, but we're about to find out. Then we'll throw the FX2 just to see the stability. I don't know if that has the distance. So we don't have the distance. Honestly, just push that out a little bit too high and right. I think this FX2, we're just gonna try to blast it dead straight on some hyzer. If it flips, cool, then we know. If it just stays on hyzer, that'll be good, especially in this headwind. Okay, honestly, can't really tell nothing about that because I released it straight flat. One thing we know is that we could hammer that on some hyzer and it will get probably just the slightest bit of flip on it. Because we released that kind of flat and it flew just flat. Had a slight turn, but if we throw that on some hyzer, it will just flip up. So good to know that we have that in the bag. Alrighty, so we threw the Vengeance. It's honestly not too far away. We picked up the FX2. Honestly, if, like I said, it just flew dead straight. But I mean, this Vengeance, I'm pretty sure if I would just do it just flat and onto the right, we probably could have got a little bit more left. But honestly, just this upshot is gonna be kind of hard because we got this right to left wind. We honestly might just throw a forehand right at it because it ain't gonna go too far right, I don't believe. And honestly, I much prefer a tailwind putt over a headwind putt just for the fact that my putting angle is a little bit more nose down. All right, here we go. Let's see if the alpaca can actually do something right here. Oh, and I kind of just pulled that one off to the right. Haven't really had a test putt. That last putt was just, I honestly don't know. That just wasn't good. Alrighty, so we got hole 3, par 5, 930 feet. And honestly, I'm just gonna get like a good test of what the realm is compared to the Destroyer. We got a good helping tailwind, and I just want to hammer these on forehand. Because during the crush on the Concho, my forehand was honestly pretty reliable. And it was just because I switched over a couple things. So we're just gonna see if we could bomb some out there. Don't really need to take too much off of here. Because honestly, the second shot is really what dictates whether or not you're gonna get a birdie or not. So yeah, real stable in this tailwind. All right, let's see what the Destroyer does. Yeah, see that Destroyer just crushes. But I mean, every single Destroyer that you throw crushes kind of. All right, here we go. It's Vengeance time. Let's see if this bad baby can hold up. I'm pretty sure it is because I mean we're throwing right into, or throwing away from the wind. So if anything, this is probably gonna be a little bit more stable. So I'm probably gonna have to juice it a little bit more. That should be pretty decent. As long as you don't hit that tree, no, we should be good. Ah, but it tucked underneath behind another tree. It's kind of a tricky upshot it's gonna be. I think honestly probably just a little forehand up there. And hopefully we get our 3 right here, or our 4, because we typically don't birdie this one. All right, probably the hardest shot for me ever, just for the fact that it's so close. I could try to throw this on a little bit of turn, but like I said, if I just pump it up there just a little bit too much, there's a little bit of a drop off right behind the basket. and I'll be probably like 80, maybe 90 long. There's also a mendo right here. We gotta go left of this telephone pole. Yeah, we should have a putt at it. The only thing is that we're gonna have that headwind putt. All right, this is for our first time in a long time to actually get a birdie. Let's see if we can accomplish that. Got a little bit of a right to left wind. I think honestly we just put this out on some Annie on it. It should just probably fly straight right into the basket. Ah, that came out straight flat. Probably a little bit higher. Yep, would have been good. Hole 426 feet to the long. And we got kind of a little bit of the head right to left again. And so we're going to try to push the destroyer out there. The only thing is I think it might just kind of hyzer or anhyzer out to the left. So let's just see if we can at least attempt to throw this on hyzer. It more than likely is going to come out flat though. I mean, it was low, so he threw it on some hyzer. We got a good skip. Probably a good like 30, maybe 40 short, but I mean, we'll take that all day. All right, we kind of need this one if we're going to get anywhere close to our best 9 holes yet. I think our best 9 holes so far has been 5 under. So come on, let's see if we can make one. Oh, that has such a good flight. It just dropped. But I knew it was going to drop because, like I said before, we're putting those down. We just didn't calculate it on this one. Alrighty, we're on hole 5, par 3, 375 feet, I believe. We're going to be going to the white basket because I don't like throwing over water. We're going to try the FX2 out again. Like I said on, was it hole 2? I just kind of released it straight flat. And it just held the line just straight. So this time, hopefully we can get it on just a little bit of hyzer. Maybe get it to flip up just a little bit and then go left. 375. Honestly, in a headwind, I don't know if we can actually carry that distance with a fairway. But I mean, I just want to see the flight of this. So let's see if we can at least get it somewhat down there. I mean, that's looking good. I just needed to get inside that tree. Yeah, probably another 50, maybe 40 footer again. Alrighty, like I said, probably about 40, maybe 45, I would say. Definitely not in the circle. Alright, let's just see if we get a step put up there. Oh, that's never gonna do it though. You gotta throw it at the basket to actually get in there. Alright, well, at least all of our bids haven't gone too far, so they've been a whole bunch of tap-ins. Alright, here we are, hole 6. 346 feet to the longs. We're gonna go to that red one. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm pretty sure I put it like right there where you can see it on the left side of this tree. But I think we're gonna go with the vengeance right here. We're gonna throw it on just straight hyzer, just dead straight. It shouldn't get off its line. It should probably just stay hyzer the entire way, and then hopefully just like hyzer all the way over to the left. Ah, we pushed it too far right, but hopefully it swings. Kind of got shot down, now we're OB. Dang it. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna be kind of honest with y'all. And I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not in the street. So what we're gonna do is play OB rules as street or surrounded by water. But I'm right here, we got some dirt, so we're playing it as safe. Oh, there's a prairie dog hole right there. Oh, not for a tree though. Alright, well that's a putt that I actually gotta film now because it's in that tester zone. Let's go. Finally made a putt. Alright, you got hole 7, par 3, 272 feet. And also something I kinda wanna talk about is just the rock 3. I know I got a truth in the bag, but I got a comment to kind of replace that spot. So I think the truth might eventually end up coming out of the bag. But the only thing is I need to get a replacement for this rock 3 now because I need the stability. And this is probably the exact same flight as the truth. So there's probably like little things I could probably nitpick about why I could justify the truth going into the bag with the Rock 3, but honestly, just having just one mold and just manipulating that in the mid-range department is probably the best thing for me. But let's just see if we can get up there and see if we get another 2, man. I actually want to get another birdie because it's been so long, man. Oh, that's too far. Hit the tree and sit down. Okay, not too bad. I thought I honestly blasted it over the fence down there, but I think we're still coming back. We still gotta look for it too. Oh, big time putt right here. Because if I don't make it and I sail past the basket, it's going straight for y'all. Let's go. Finally got another birdie after what, like 4 or 5 holes. All right, we got hole 8, par 3, 288 feet. We're gonna go straight to the longs. We got to throw the rock up there. Kind of can't throw it too high because we'll kind of get blocked off with those trees up there. But we also can't throw it too low because that tree, the trunk is kind of sticking out of the ground. So you kind of want to throw like a little bit of a perfect shot, kind of, and try to hit that gap on the right or on the left and just let your disc skip up there. Too low. We're going straight for the trunk too. That'll be an easy little pitch up for him, but not what we wanted. Okay, let's see if we can make magic right here. We've done it before, so it's not out of the picture yet. And we have a little backstop too, so we give this one a hefty run. Oh, 2 left. But that's the reason why we throw it as hard as we can, because we got trees back there. All right, here we go. Final hole, hole 9. Par 3, 319 feet, dead straight shot. Gonna go with the Comet. Now, thing about this is that I don't want this to turn over too much. So for us, honestly, I think hyzering out, putting too much hyzer is probably the bailout right here. Because we throw it flat, there's a chance we are in the trees, and there's a good chance we don't get this disc back. So let's just try to put some hyzer on it. Flips over, good. If it just goes straight, good. If it hyzers out, probably the worst result, but we'll still have a look for our easy par. Did that way too high, but it still got down there. Oh, got kind of a terrible skip, but like I said, it'd be an easy 3. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if we can end off this round pretty decently. I wish there wasn't no big old tree in front of me, but hey, you throw it here, you gotta deal with the lie. Honestly, it's kind of framed up right here. I just gotta get over this little bitty limb that's hanging off. And probably just some anhyzer shift flex all the way up to the basket. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Oh, that was so on it. Dang. Well, that's happened, so I'm gonna go ahead, see you on hole 10 where we go ahead and do the outro. Alrighty, well, I mean, that's gonna do it for the end of the video. Shot 2 under, trying out some new discs. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I mean, we didn't throw any Firebird shots, so of course you know that the Firebird's not gonna stay in there. But the Vengeance and what else did I put in the bag? I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, and the FX2 are probably gonna be staying in the bag. The Vengeance is gonna be like a good utility, or not utility because it ain't super beefy, but it'd be like a good just straight flyer for the backhand, and also a good easy forehand flip up disc, or even just a straight hyzer disc, depending on what we do with it. I think honestly we're just gonna keep one Vengeance in the bag because this one is just gonna be as a backup, and the FX2 we're just gonna give it a little more time. Like I said, I got some more discs coming in, so I don't know how long the FX2 is actually gonna stay in the bag. But I mean, if it starts doing real good, then it's gonna have to stay in the bag. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more stuff like this, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the end of the video. So without further ado, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.